Men are right. We are, aren't we? Again, we're right. This is how women should take accountability. Oh, we're going to see a good example today, aren't we? An amazing example. You get some popcorn, get a drink. Oh, relax with this one. This woman's about to be so honest. It's gonna hurt. The level of honesty of this first woman. Good God, it's gonna hurt in a good way. Probably in a bad way as well, my God. And talking of honesty, the word of the day, the quality of being honest, obviously. The second meaning, a European plant with purple or white flowers and round, flat, translucent seed pods which are used for indoor flower arrangements. Lovely. Lovely. There's nothing like having a floral bush in your house, is there? But in this case, what happens when that floral bush turns against you? When that floral bush doesn't appreciate your watering, and your care, your tenderness to keep her flourishing. Honesty, it's a lovely plant, but sometimes it stings, doesn't it? But enough waffling. Enough bushy floral waffling.
Let's begin.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits.
Silence! Okay, and before she continues, I let her waffle to get her points off. First of all, to let her detail what sort of man he was.
He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single.
I mean, so far he was decent, wasn't he? Good man. He even looked good.
This man was fine. 6'6'3".
I hope you're focused and on your square. Yeah? Clearly, obviously, he was making some money, obviously. He wasn't a brokey. No, he wasn't a dusty. No. Let's say he partially was a 666 man.
6'6".
And he was good too. Oh my God. Wow, man's ticking the boxes, isn't he? He's ticking every single box. However, the however's coming up, good God, oh my God. They're going to make you question a lot of things and make you just understand and just make you reevaluate and reassess and reconfirm a lot of things we as men know. That we're right, that we are right. The flaw in so many men nowadays is being too good. Yeah, but let's let her explain.
Number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like I don't know, warming up to me, and he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl, like put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side, like who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him like, oh, I like you a lot. I love you, but like something's just missing.
And before she continues,
something's just missing.
Women.
I'm laughing because a lot of you know where she's going to go already, don't you? Even if she wasn't going to be honest here, a lot of us know where she's going to go, isn't she? What's missing? I mean, what is missing from this? Yeah, it's one of our favorite words to associate with the lovely modern woman, isn't it?
Chaos.
Yes, of course, chaos. Of course, chaos. Why not? Why not?
Broke his heart.
You see, what's missing is the chaos. He's too calm, he's too chilled, he's too relaxed, he's too present, he's too punctual. He turns up basically and he does what he's supposed to. In other words, he does what a lot of these modern women waffle about.
Suck it.
Men don't do nowadays. Yeah? He's missing the toxic BS. She's missing the footprints, in other words. Him constantly running through her mind because he's keeping her off center. Yeah, come on, it's a classic tactic. It's a tactic if you don't give an F. You barely care about her. It's a good tactic, hey. So long as you're there and give me that whap, whatever. Yeah. And it's also a tactic to, what's that classic phrase? Treat her mean and keep her keen, whatever. The narcissism, in other words. The toxicity, in other words. That's what's missing. And as a modern woman who's used to the chaos,
I had never in my life dated a man like that.
you know, she's not a calm, chill chick. She is to a degree, but she's used to the chaos. And that's what's missing. She can't be balanced without it.
And I didn't know what it was, and this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that.
You're wicked!
Exactly. Wow. I mean, from the way she's talking, I mean, you'd think she's been watching my videos, wouldn't you?
What was missing was chaos.
I mean, you'd think she's been watching my videos, wouldn't you? Yeah, like bar for bar. Of course. Oh, of course. When it's written, it's written. It's not jotted down anywhere. It is what it is because it's written in nature, in their DNA.
Just like a woman.
In the DNA of the modern woman.
Chaos.
That's what I mean, alright?
And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant guy. Emotionally unavailable, everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well.
Again, it is funny because it's like, I mean, okay, she's being very accountable, isn't she?
Chaos.
So, her explaining her situation, are we saying that she's possibly a Jenny? She's got a bit of a Jenny vibe. Maybe not so extreme, but yeah, a bit of a Jenny vibe. Therefore, she's going to seek out toxic because that's what makes sense to her.
Chaos.
So, sadly, again, being a decent man, you're going out there looking for a lovely woman. Oh, you may find her. No, you think she's lovely. That's a problem. And what do? You do what you assume. You assume you should be doing as a man. And you could be decent, you're doing it. And what happens?
Chaos.
She rips your balls off. Rips your balls off. Clean. Oh, you barely feel a thing. She did it so quickly. Swipe. Your nuts are gone. That's why there's always a reminder. As a man, you gotta have a firm grip of your manhood.
To this day!
If you don't, the woman you assume to be lovely, she'll rip them off, bruh. Rip them clean off.
So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men back to back to back. That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make. And I just didn't want to do that. I wanted like a leader in the way that I saw a leader.
In the way she saw a leader. When we don't know the dude, but let's just say that, yeah, he possibly could do everything that, you know, she was saying that he couldn't do or didn't do. Possibly he was giving her space, letting her be the strong, independent woman she is. Oh, that's a mistake. Oh my God, don't do that. That's wrong. You can't give her room. No, you just gotta over-dominate everything. Is what she's used to, isn't she? But again, she's gonna realize her error again. What a lovely woman.
How I viewed it. But like, knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths, and then deferring to me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he could lead when it comes to protecting and providing and whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at. But I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked. But relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to break up. So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Did you notice that? Did you see it? Notice the guy she dated after. She noticed that he was chaotic, but did you notice how she smiled when she mentioned that?
Who was emotionally unavailable.
Did you notice how she smiled? That was a little cheeky smile, wasn't it? Why? Cheeky smile for the chaos. Interesting. That is so interesting, isn't it? The eyes never lie. do they? You wonder why I zoom in so much to their eyes. Why do you think?
And ended up breaking my heart worse than anybody else I'd ever experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not just the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest.
Do you know when I say that a lot of women nowadays, only a small amount of women actually deserve a good, decent man? That's the truth. That's full honesty. Because only a small amount of them can actually handle and are built for that.
So I still needed chaos.
Like, look, the elephant in the room. There's two elephants. For one, I think this guy was a different color than her and he accepted her through the color barrier, even defended her through it. Okay. Another elephant in the room. So many of the modern women are used to chaos that they won't admit. So when you try to give her something more than what she's used to, you're failing. But you're not doing anything wrong. That's the problem. And if more of them were accountable, they'd address this elephant in the room, but they don't want to.
Chaos.
Only some of them do. In her case, she fumbled. She fumbled like spectacularly. Good. And she's never going to get that back. But noticing that cheeky smile, she doesn't want it back, does she? You're sort of getting exactly what she wants now. Nah, let it be, let it be. You can't save them all. The point is you never should have. You never should have to begin with.
Anyway, that angel wasn't even on social media like that, so he'll probably never see this, but still, you do see this. I hope you're doing great.
Wow. I could leave it there, but have a look at this one.
When men say 100 women versus accountability, can you give an example of what you mean by that? Please give me an example of when women don't take accountability. I have a feeling that this is just going to be like victim blaming.
Okay, women cheat and blame men, yeah? There's been a recent thing going around of a woman at a court getting done by a room of dudes. Yeah, and the dude that made the video was getting gaslit in his comment section by women saying, it's not that serious, you dreamt it didn't really happen, all this nonsense.
Chaos.
Yeah, many things women cheat and blame the man, always. Let's go a little further. How about women that have a child and claim the child is that man's child and it's not? That's extreme, isn't it? That's quite extreme.
Chaos.
How about as a man, when you always meet a woman, they always say how trash their ex was, when in reality, she chose him. She's not going to take accountability for choosing him, no, though that's what she likes.
Chaos.
Isn't it? But then claims victim like, oh my God, he did this and that to me, when that's what she's used to. Yeah, I mean, I can go on. There's so many more. You said 100, but we don't have all day. Let's give you a few. Oh, but I'm sure many in the comment section are going to give you a lot more.
Hey, maybe you have a real example of women not taking accountability. So what is it? What is it? What are you talking about when you say 100 women versus accountability? Because I want to know.
Honesty is such a damn good thing, isn't it? It's clarity, it's truth, it's transparent. But the thing is, the more you're reminded how right you are, the more it just makes you double down on what you already know. To be true. The world is yours. Have a nice day.
He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. What was missing was chaos.